Hello, I'm filmmaker Archie Wright.
Hello, and I'm ball painter Tim Baker.
Where tradition turns into stories and stories turn into laughter. Stay tuned because this is the Shrovetide Podcast Season 2.
They all play hard, they all play well, but there's always stories to be told. That is why I have the great honor to say, Archie Wright and Tim Baker, are you ready for the stories? Who will the guest be today? When the ball is robbed in red, white and blue, and the Englishman tries his best, the players get stories, which is why we are here. Archie Wright and Tim Baker. Who is the guest today?
So David, what was your earliest memory of Shrovetide?
Playing it with a tennis ball or a ball down in the Nationals school when we were kids in the 50s.
So what was your first experience of a game? Were you taken as a little lad?
Taken as a little lad with my mum, my granny, both my grannies. Yeah, it's been in the family, Shrovetide, hundreds of years.
You played for many, many years, and so could you tell us any stories about your playing times?
Oh, there's lots of stories. I mean, everybody's always been at the goal with the hands on the ball when Botti scored the ball. And there are so many stories. It's difficult. I'm 76 this year. It's very difficult to recall, but I always remember. I think it was my Uncle John ran the ball from the Shawcroft to Sturston Mill. He got on the mill wheel to score it, and he was knocked off by, I think it was Mansfield. He knocked him out on the wheel and he scored his fourth ball. That would have been the quickest Shrovetide ball ever scored.
Right. Was that 1959 when it went up there really quick?
I can't. You'd have to look at the records. But it's when I think it was John Mansfield scored it, and he had 4 balls, and he'd been waiting at the mill, and he knocked my Uncle John out.
Good grief. So do you come from a family of uppers then?
Yeah. Going back, well, the oldest recollection really is 1860. Joseph Cundy, his name was, and he was had up by the Magistrates Court in Ashbourne with quite a lot more of them for playing Shrovetide in the street.
Wow.
And I think that's when they banned Shrovetide, playing Shrovetide in the streets. That's why they kept, and then there's my great granddad Tom Cundy. He got fined a shilling or something for playing Shrovetide in the street and being drunk and disorderly.
For those people watching who might not know, in the 1800s they tried to stop the game being played, didn't they, through the streets. They just wanted it confined to fields and things like that. That's why the Shawcroft was stopped being used as a turn-up point, and it was moved down to not Shawcroft, the marketplace, and it was moved down to the Shawcroft to because that then was a field, and they couldn't be stopped from playing in there because it was what we called common land. You see.
Well, how would they have stopped the ball from going onto the streets? So
it was very difficult. With the police tried, didn't they, David?
Oh, for many years.
Police on horseback, and everything. Tried to, and we have to thank really a guy called Captain Parry, believe it or not, who said, "Look, let me, rather than stop the game, let me control it and guide it." And he did, on the back of a horse, and the players had a massive respect for Captain Parry. We often think about Mrs. Woolley saving the game, but really, in all honesty, Captain Parry saved
Mrs. Woolley
the game.
chucking the ball out there. Was that the one she chucked out the window? Is that?
Allegedly, there's different stories. Some say she threw it out of a window, didn't they, Archie? But
Yeah,
we've also read that she
yeah.
also threw it along the street, didn't she, along the floor? So she definitely did it, but how she did it, no one really knows.
I heard that she did it outside the George and Dragon.
Yeah, there's all sorts of different theories. So, did you ever come close to goaling one yourself, David?
Hey, no.
No.
Never. I've been at the goal many. I played Shrovetide in the River all my life from when I was, well, really, when we were at school in the mid '60s, and I used to play running around with the ball, and then I just played in the river, and we played in the river. I played in the river all my life. We were playing in the river when the Downers were scoring ball after ball, year after year after year, and we'd play in the river, and you couldn't get any of the uppers to come in the river and play because they were frightened to death of getting their heads kicked in.
Really?
But if you didn't go in and play, how were we going to get the ball?
Was you ever upset you never go with the ball?
Not really. You get. I've got a lot of friends of gold balls, you know, and the more uppers gold balls, the better. Nobody can say you're sad that you've never gold a ball. You play all your life hoping you're going to do something and get a ball, but when we played, obviously there was less people playing. Now the hug is huge. I mean, it's enormous compared to what it was when we were playing in the 70s and 80s and 90s. It's crazy. It's just enormous.
Can you remember those days, David, where, I mean, when you were playing so hard like that, in those days, did the crowds and the followers thin out as the afternoon went on?
Yeah, they did, yeah. Yeah, they always did, yeah.
So you could get away a lot quicker?
They could, yeah. If it started to rain, people got bored, but now there's such a following around it all night long. It's turned into an enormous game now. It's huge.
Why do you think that is?
Ashbourne's getting bigger. There are more people, obviously, in Ashbourne and around the district. You know, it's just getting huge. It's enormous.
So with how big it is then, how do you think that falls for the future of the game?
I don't know. I don't know. But what they got to be very, very careful is, this has been happening quite a lot, is the players not respecting what people are telling them. People like me, who's an elderly gentleman that's 75, and they just call you names.
Really?
Oh God, yeah. You tell them to get out people's gardens. They say, well, they call you all sorts of names, and what do you say? What do you know about it? You know what I mean? And they've got to have more respect in the future.
Obviously not aware of how you've played and your involvement with it, are they?
Hey, no. I mean, you know.
I think that's a shame sometimes. That it seems to me sometimes that people who've goaled a ball are remembered more than people who've played hard and never goaled a ball but have played equally as hard. Do you know what I mean? Because I suppose getting that goal in that ball gets your name more in the front, doesn't it?
I must admit I'm honoured really, because the Shrovetide Committee have asked me to throw up one of the second balls. So that to me is a fantastic honour.
Where are you in the list to turn up a second ball?
I haven't got a clue.
Oh.
Are you excited about the prospect?
Oh yeah, I am, yeah.
So on that fact, David, what do you think now? What do you think? I mean, I know it's probably an answer you've probably said already, but what do you think of the factors now where we don't seem to get second balls very much now, do we?
Well, they pushed the time forward to 6 o'clock.
It should make it easier.
It should make it easier to score a ball.
But why do you think we don't seem to get as many?
I don't know.
Do you think it's like you say, those numbers again?
They're holding on to it. They need to. They've got to get the game going forward. That's why they pushed the game, throwing the second ball up till 6 o'clock, so they could score more balls.
What did Mick say, Archie, Mick Wright, when we had him the other day, didn't we? He said it was about the amount of people there trying to push through all those followers, didn't he, to make a break?
He said it was harder to get. It's harder to run off with the ball now with all the people there, like the mums and the women and
the kids
and boys. You know what I mean?
People with dogs
and pushchairs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Must be hard.
Because I don't personally think it's right to bring a pushchair to Shrovetide.
It's very risky.
It's risky because you've got a baby in there. You know what I mean?
Well, I was probably taken to Shrovetide in a pushchair in the 50s.
I mean, I probably was taken to.
Maybe it's because there's so much more of it now, David, that we notice it. Probably. I mean, I was taken in a pushchair in 1976. So speaking of those days when you did play, David, who did you have the pleasure of playing with as upwards? Who were your comrades in those days when you did get in the river and have a good old raunge?
There'd be Chelly, Botty, Spencer, Batesy. There's so many, do you know what I mean? I can't remember the names, but all old schoolmates, do you know what I mean? Gadsby, Rubber, Godfrey.
Is that Louis Godfrey?
No, Mel.
Oh, Mel Godfrey, of course. Yeah,
I think he's a downhead though. Yeah, but yeah, mainly all your old schoolmates. My brother, my cousin Richard. All the family. Our house was packed with family at Shrovetide. They'd sleep on the front floor and the floor in the lounge, in the dining room. They'd sleep anywhere at Shrovetide. They'd all come back
Christmas
to
for you.
Shrovetide. Hey?
Like Christmas for you, wasn't it?
Christmas, yeah. It was like Christmas, yeah. It was like Christmas, yeah. Magic times.
Yeah. I think Shrovetide burns a memory into everybody, doesn't it, who support it. I mean, if you don't support it and it's not your thing, it won't. But if you've had something to do with it, then it certainly does.
Well, it's like your mum, isn't it, Tim? She's got a son who, loves Shrovetide. Bernard, your dad, he's a bit mid with Shrovetide, and then your Uncle Gary.
Yeah, my Uncle Gary's mad on it.
He's mad on Shrovetide. He could have goaled the ball when he was younger.
Yeah.
But
my mum's not very keen.
But your mum hates it.
She wasn't raised to it.
No.
And it was not something that side of my family ever did. But you see, I get all mine, as you're probably aware, David, from the Burtons.
Yeah.
They were all big Shrovetiders. Yeah. And it came out through me in a different way, to coin a phrase.
If you're born in Ashbourne, like I am, and my family, I say to people, I'm related to everybody in Ashbourne, and they say, why? I said, because my great-great-granddad and my great-great-great-granddad were married twice, and they had that many kids.
Yeah. That was with the Burtons. 90 Burton professed he had 90 relatives living in Ashbourne at one time. That's a hell of a lot when you think about it.
You think... I never realised it. We used to go and see my Auntie Ethel Chadwick in Thorpe when we were kids in the 50s and 60s. And of course, Ethel was related to Arthur.
Arthur Chadwick,
and what's his dad's name?
Percy.
And then and Percy said to me one day, he says, we're related, don't you? And I went, no, we're not related. And he said, yeah, I'll tell you how. And it's just...
So you're related to the ball makers then?
Well, my granddad used to make the Shrovetide balls.
Did he?
With Trevor Yeomans just after the First World War.
What was his name?
Joseph Dudley.
Gosh. There's so many uncredited people though.
He made the balls for 4 years with Trevor Yeomans.
Wow.
And then he bought his own shop down Dig Street, opposite where Nigel's Butchers is. It was called Dudley and Son. And at Shrovetide, my granddad would make a life-size copy of the Shrovetide ball, one a bit smaller and one like a cricket ball, and sell them.
Oh, so balls have been made and sold years ago. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So that's So you had some good playing days, David.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see that you've got these, fond memories of the game.
I've got teeth marks and that in me knuckles. Do you know what I mean?
Did you ever get into any scrapes
Hey, all
in your
the
playing
time.
career?
All the time. Yeah.
When you started first playing, this is going back to goaling, by the way. Did you ever think you might maybe have goaled a ball, or did you ever think you'd want to goal a ball?
Well, you're always up there with it. Do you know what I mean? And it's been there at the right time. In them
It's
days.
a lot of luck, isn't it?
Yes.
Have you ever been in a draw?
No.
No.
That would.
So describe, David, for people like me and Archie. Archie's yet to do it. I'm never going to do it, of course. What does it feel like in a Shrove Tide hug? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Describe it for people who might not know.
When you're on the outside, it's very, very. It's big pressure. Obviously, there's pressure. People pushing, and the closer you get to the middle of the hug, the less pressure there becomes. When you get in the middle of the hug, there's nothing. It's just. It's unreal. Do you know what I mean? It's just not. You're not being crushed. It's really weird.
What about the smells?
But that's different. What about people? What they do with their hands to try and get the ball off you? You know.
Really?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Bite your ears and yeah.
Do they dig the nails in your hands?
Oh, and everywhere else as well.
I
Yeah.
could imagine. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
See, we don't think about that, do we? We just, as spectators, we take all that for granted.
Yeah.
You try getting the. You try getting the ball off neighbour.
Yeah.
Can you just lie on it?
Neighbour, just curled round it.
Very difficult to get
Cuddled
it
it,
off,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
You got hands like shovels.
Yeah.
He said that, Philip Tomlinson. Can you remember
There you
playing
go.
against Philip?
Philip, yeah. Philip was, yeah. And the Breezy, what's his Jim Breeze?
Jim Breeze, yeah.
They were-
Always there, wasn't you, Jim? Never
Jim,
gold one.
yeah.
Another one, we should have gold
yeah,
one.
Yeah.
Never gold one.
No.
You look at the pictures of the people at Shrove Tide, it brings back such magic memories. Yeah.
I think that's what I love about looking through old newspapers is the memories.
If you look at that book that, what's his name, Lindsay wrote, Lindsay Porter wrote,
Yes.
he, reading some of those articles about Shrove Tide and when they were all put in court and all fined a shilling, oh, that'd be about a month's wage. You know, there wasn't many people playing in them days, but they always used to get in trouble.
Yes, it was heavily fined at what
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think the reason is for the sort of how big it's gotten though? Like there's a lot more people now I've seen in films, and it is bigger. So what do you think the reason is for the whole growth of it?
They come and film it from all over the world. There's always somebody from somewhere in the world, year after year. I mean, what couple of years running? Was it the Japanese
Yes,
came and
yeah,
they had a helicopter flying around in a
Remember that,
helicopter
Yeah,
to
they
film
did.
it.
I've been
Hovering
interviewed-
right low over
Yeah.
the whole.
I've been interviewed by German TV.
Yes, me over the years as well. Yeah.
You know,
What about things like social media and YouTube and stuff like that we didn't have 10 years, 15 years ago? What do you think about that?
well, they now know where the ball is exactly because they just look on the phone. Everybody knows who's got it.
You can track people on a phone, can't
Yeah,
you?
what field it's in, you know, where it's going. Yeah.
There's Derbyshire Live, we do lives.
Yeah, live streams. You can't be secret anymore, can you?
No.
So
No.
are you excited, David, about the prospect of turning up a second ball?
Oh,
at
I
some
am,
point?
yeah. Yeah, I am, yeah. As long as I live long enough to do it.
It's a great privilege to throw a ball up.
It is, yeah.
So which do you think is the greater privilege then, to throw one up or to goal one?
Both, I think.
About equal?
Yeah.
But I think they're both the same, but
Yeah.
for different reasons.
If you were to turn one up, would you want it back or would you want it gold?
It's up to them.
Would you like to get it back?
I would, yeah. Although granddads and great-granddads and all them through the family, going back into the 1800s, they scored lots of balls. And there's only 2 pieces of ball left that
Really?
Thomas Cundy scored.
When you say pieces, what do you mean by that?
They used to cut them up and use them as wrist straps because they were labourers. So you know Chrissy Brownlee? She's got some bits of one of Grandad's balls from the 1800s that were...
So I take it none of the full balls that your family survived?
Well, somebody says there's one in Derby somewhere, but you don't know, do
You
you?
hear all this stuff and you never know what's happening.
Yeah.
It's a shame when they all go astray, isn't
Yeah.
it? And get lost and
But you
passed
see,
down to people that don't want them.
In them days, when they were playing Shrove, they didn't... They'd sell the ball to the highest bidder and get pissed.
Really? Yeah. There wasn't the same love for the ball then as there is today as there was then.
Well,
More people
I don't
want to go with it
know.
now.
You know,
You know, to sell it, well, it's just money talks though, doesn't it, in some ways?
if you're a labourer, like they were in the 1800s, you wouldn't be earning much money a
No.
week. And that ball would, if they sold it, would bring in, quite a few quid, I would have thought.
Do you have any memories of those sort of old legends? Do you ever remember memories of watching Don Lowndes play?
Hey, Don, yeah.
Yeah,
Don.
anything you can think of about Don?
Hey, Don, yeah. He was like a gentle giant.
We've heard that before.
He was just, he was a magic person, Don. He used to pick me dad up and give him a kiss. Hey, Bill. Yeah, it was Don was magic.
Very difficult to replace, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
What about people like Jimmy Grant,
Yeah, Jimmy Grant. Yeah, the Grant, Miss LeGrice,
Colin?
Colin.
Yeah.
All them.
Was you ever lucky enough to play with any of them, or was that a bit? Were you a bit
I
too young for
I was in my youth when they were in the playing. Don was playing, and Harry's dad,
Guy.
Guy.
Harrison, yeah.
Hey God, yeah, Guy.
So do you think the game in those days was more open than it is? I mean, the ball was
yes,
thrown about
yeah.
a lot more.
Well, if you remember when the river used to come round past the Green Man
Yes.
to the advertising awnings, the players down there would get the ball and they would keep chucking it up the advertising awnings when we were kids, so everyone could see the ball.
Yeah, that's what someone said
know.
in a podcast, that they did that for entertainment.
It was just,
That's Jeff Howson, I think.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to go in the river as much now for long periods, does it?
No, because they're frightened, aren't they? They can't get. They got. Okay, you look around Ashburn now at this time of year. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of people running around at night with a Shrovetide ball or whatever, training for Shrove. We never did any of that.
No.
They're all frightened to get wet, and I don't know. But the game's changed big time.
What I think is, if you're going to train, then train in river.
Yeah,
yeah.
Do a bit of river training, get yourself wet. So, David, I want to cast your mind back now to 1971. Ashbourne suddenly changed in 1970, and what I mean by that is we lost the Shawcroft as a field; it became a car park, and the river was culverted.
Yeah.
So in 1971 we had a game with a culvert.
Yeah.
How did that make any changes to the game? Can you remember for river play?
Yeah, it did, because people had never been through it. They'd never been through it, and people didn't want to go through it, but obviously they did. But what people don't understand, if you're going down either side of the culvert, you can walk down there and there are obstacles in their way to guide the river, so these bricks stick out.
Right.
And if you walk down there, you fall over them.
Right.
And they're still there, because I went through, was it last year, the year before, when the ball was in there, and then they couldn't find the ball, and Al Graham came out with it.
Right.
But they're still there, those obstacles.
So it was tough to go through the culvert then. It's not as easy as people think.
No. It depends on how high the river is. Do you know what I mean? Some years it's a trickle, other years it's up to your waist.
Really? Good grief.
I suppose it depends on when Shrovetide is, because the warmest Shrovetide I've been to was last year.
Oh, it was warm,
And it was
Archie. I've
warm
never
last
known
year.
anything like that. We were walking around with our coats tied round our waist.
Yeah.
So
Never known that.
It probably just depends on what time of the year it is as well, because if you're in February, it's going to be more colder, and you probably would have had more rain. So the river would be.
I don't
higher.
think, though. Do you agree, David, with what Archie said? I don't think Shrove tides are as cold now as they used to be. Are they?
No, winters have changed. You look at the winters '63. We could sledge down Derby Road into Compton.
Really?
Yeah, you know, we
grief.
had huge amounts of snow, but we don't get them anywhere. You don't get that snowy Shrove tide very often now.
No, you don't. When it was bitter cold.
I mean, I remember going up the river. I don't know who got the ball. Breaking the ice on the river.
Really?
Because it had frozen over. The river had frozen over.
And you were literally breaking it
Yeah,
as you went up.
Yeah.
Amazing. So I have to ask this, because we're dying to get some memories of this, and I'm sure Archie's keen to know any you might have. Do you have any memories of the great legend Brian Clough throwing the ball up?
Oh my God, yeah, I do. Yeah.
So fill us in on a few of them then.
Well, when Cloughie chucked the ball up, my uncle son was secretary of the Shrovetide committee, and I got a ticket for the Shrovetide lunch and sat not next to him, but
Near.
But he was frightened to death.
Really? Even in the speech, in the dinner and everything?
Yeah, he was frightened to death of. And when the crowds, when he came out to the crowds, because there were so many people in Ashburn when Cloughie chucked the ball up. It was. I can't remember what year it was.
75.
75, yeah. There was that many people in Ashbourne, and he just panicked. I don't think because was he on the plinth, or did he?
No, it was off shoulders. I don't think he got very far onto Shawcroft, I believe, before he threw the ball.
Then he
off.
chucked the ball up. Yeah. Then they had to get the ball back and
Do it again.
sing "Old Lang Syne" and "God Save the
I
Queen."
don't think he put it up the second time. I think he'd gone for the second attempt.
He was.
I wonder who turned it up the second time.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I can't
Don't know
remember.
who it was. I've got to find that out. But it was thrown back in, not by him.
Yeah. I can't remember.
But it was. He didn't like the experience, did he?
No, he didn't.
Apparently, I've just read in an article recently that he was walking down Dig Street, and he actually was so scared he dropped the ball, and John Mansfield had to pick it up for him and carried it most of the way down because he was so afraid.
Yeah. And the great legend he was, do you know what I mean?
But you wouldn't think somebody like that, he was so confrontational on the football field, he'd be so afraid.
For most people, it can be quite daunting, I suppose. I know you've got people around you.
I think it's daunting if you're a bit of a celebrity.
Yeah.
Because if you're just an ordinary bloke, and you know, like we are, coin a phrase, you would just meet it head on, wouldn't you, for what it is? But if you're a bit of a celebrity, as Brian Clough was, you're obviously going to be concerned about your safety, aren't you?
Yeah, but even the Prince of Wales, he's the most famous person probably in that we've had turn the ball up. You know, he loved it.
Now you met him, David, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Any memories about that?
Well, yeah, I was just standing outside the Green Man, and he got out, he was walking with his security guards, and he came over and he said, "Hello, how are you?" And I said, "Can I tell you a story about my granddad and your uncle, the Prince of Wales in 1928? And he says, "Yeah, go on." I said, "Well, my granddad fought in the First World War. He was at Gallipoli and Akabu, Lawrence of Arabia, and all this sort of stuff." And he said he was presented to the Prince of Wales in 1928, and he went, "Go on, tell me more." And his bodyguard said, "We need to go, sir, we're late." And he turned round to him and he said, "I'm talking to this gentleman. Will you leave me alone?"
Good on, Prince of Wales.
Yeah.
God save the King.
Yeah.
God save the king.
But it was a great day, wasn't it? When he came. I mean, I was obviously involved in all of that.
You painted his ball, didn't you?
I did, but this isn't my podcast. But it was a great day, Archie. I mean, you weren't born, sunshine, unfortunately.
He had 2 or 3 goes at throwing the ball up. they were cancelled a few times
They were,
because of
yes.
different things. You know.
Yeah, I painted it 3 times.
We need to get his son to throw it up now.
Yeah, absolutely. So would you like to see more of that? What about
I
you,
would,
Archie?
yeah.
Would you like to see Prince William come?
I'd love to see it because I don't know why. I probably wouldn't, but I'd like to meet him. You know what I mean? I'd like to shake his hand.
Absolutely.
And because I'm good friends with both ball painters, I'd hope that you'd take me to.
Well, it's a wonderful experience, and it's one we never thought we'd see again, did we, David, in our lifetime? I mean, it was 1928 when we had a Prince of Wales the first time, so...
I've got some great photographs of that in 1928 with my granddad and the Prince of Wales, yeah.
So, David, as we always say, there is the screen. You've got Shrovetiders out there.
Yeah.
What's your message to the Shrovetiding community of our town?
Respect, as everybody keeps saying, respect other people's property. That's the most important thing that will keep this game going. And if you don't respect people's property and stop damaging things, then eventually they'll say you can't play it anymore. You've got to respect people's property, people's gardens, cars, whatever, you know.
And that also goes for the spectators as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes, because the spectators, right, that aren't from here, the ones that come from out of different
Out of the
places,
area, yeah.
they probably think it's a free for all, but really it's more than that. It's a tradition that's purely carried onto the backs of the giants.
Absolutely,
And
mate.
you know, I follow the ball, and if I see somebody doing something that they shouldn't be doing, I tell them. And they'll threaten to give me a good hiding and all sorts of things. But
You should just point to them and say, you've got to listen to me.
I know who they are, so I can send somebody around and they'll do it for me. But they've got to respect what people tell them. Old people like me, I've been playing it for years. I don't play now, obviously.
Any regrets that you don't play now?
Oh God!
Does your brain want to play?
Oh God! My brother stops me going in the river all the time.
Have you been in the river? When was the last time you went in the river?
Oh, probably about 3 years ago.
Ooh, David, so not that long ago then, Middle.
Down by the back of Kingdom Hall. My brother went crazy.
Is it still as cold when you first get in?
Hey God, yeah.
Take your breath away.
But it's Shrovetide, you don't care.
No, you're just after the one object, which is the ball.
You look at it and you go, oh, it's there.
It's automatic reaction.
It is,
yeah.
It's there. And my brother's going, come here.
Brilliant. Thanks to the legend that is David Dudley.
I'm no legend.
There's a town still plays this glorious game, though 'tis but a little spot, and year by year the contest fought from the field that's called Shawcroft. Then friend meets friend in friendly strife, the leather fort again